Hello, everyone, and welcome to A/B testing. So happy to be here with you today. As you noticed, it's just A testing today. Bianca has a bit of a raspy voice, she's taking it easy. Today is Oops All A's. I'll be joined by Anthony and then later on Andrew to talk about something is going on with my audio. Got it. Let me see what I can do. I thought it was just me being weird, but no. Is it better now? You guys, we good now? Anyone? Chat? Yeah? Can you guys hear me? Happy with it? Okay, I got a yes from Bianca. So, of course, messing up straight from the get-go. Always audio issues. If it wasn't audio issues, what would we be? I just think I had my. I think I know what happened, but anyways, I think we're good now. So yeah, today we're going to be talking all things Signal. We're going to have some cool stuff going on with Andrew, Anthony, and then we'll have Andrew on later. I said that already, and then we'll hope Bianca's voice clears up so she can come join us again next week. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring Anthony to the stage, which I think is going to have Andrew, and then I'm going to remove him really quick. There we go. Oh, sweet. Got it. Hey, Anthony.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Not bad, not bad. Yeah, just enjoying the day.
Yeah. What coding language shirt are you wearing right now? I feel like it's one of the coding language shirts.
There's no, it's just a Twilio branded shirt.
It's a branded red Twilio shirt? I kind of like
just, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, no language. Which ones are you talking about?
There's like there were these old coding language specific shirts. They went with like these notebooks. I think I have oh yeah. I randomly have one of the notebooks. They had like, this is like the Python one. They had like coding language fun books. Like this is Python, but it's just a blank notebook. But they had t-shirts, matching t-shirts that went along with these too.
Oh, I've never seen this.
Yeah.
I've seen the coding gloves with that same print, but
got one of those. I got some coding gloves too.
Yeah. I have a bunch actually. I have like a whole drawer of them.
You have a whole drawer of coding gloves?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Why?
I got some at an event.
Okay.
And surprisingly, people didn't take all of them. So I was like, hey, I'm going to take as many as I can.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's like a rite of passage to get one of those. But I got one when I did my barn burner demo a year ago, which was fun.
I feel like I should be wearing a pair of them right now, actually, because like my hands are cold.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I don't know why, but yeah, I mean, I feel like those gloves would not only help me code better, but also keep me a little bit warm.
Yeah. Is my audio even better now, Brent? I just got a message from producer that it wasn't great, but hopefully now it's good. Do I sound okay? You can still hear me?
I think you sound fine.
Great. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah, as it goes. Wait. Okay, so Revertibles wants a pair of coding gloves, which Revertibles, come on stream, do a demo. I'll get you a pair of coding gloves from Anthony's closet. I got you, but you got to do something for us first. Yeah.
What language do you code in, and what gloves do you want? Because I have a select. Yeah, I think I've got, what do I have? Ruby, JS, Python.
I think I just have either the generic ones or the JavaScript ones. Yeah, the gloves are just like, they're a little bit of a gimmick for sure. Revertibles, you were on a Twilio stream before I was even a Twilion, which means doesn't count. That's okay. Anyways, coding gloves. You're not wearing them now, and that's okay.
Not wearing them now.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've had you on stream, Anthony. You did some magic for us a while ago, and I know you've done more magic since. You were just in San Francisco doing magic. How's the road to being a magician treated you?
Yeah, it's fun. It's part of my personality now, I guess, and I kind of have to tell everyone that I do magic part-time. But yeah, for folks that don't know, last time I was on stream, I did I did one magic trick.
Yeah.
Because at the time I only knew one trick. But since then I've been trying to brush up my game a little bit, adding a couple more tricks here and there. Yeah, I think it's going quite well. I mean, I've gotten some pretty decent reactions. You mentioned I was just in San Francisco. What was it at the beginning of the month? Basically, I walked around. Me as well as Andrew. We both walked around downtown San Francisco. I was wearing like this magician's top hat, and I had a wand, and I was basically doing. We called it Anthony Blaine street magic after David Blaine. I don't know if anyone remembers those videos, but
I do.
They're 17 years old now. I looked it up recently, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so old.
I think I remember more some of the spoofs that they would do.
Right. Yeah, that was way more popular. But the spoofs, I think, are 17 years old actually, which is insane.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. But yeah, I just feel really old. But yeah, it was a whole lot of fun. We met, some randos on the street, did magic to them, and surprised a couple of them. Yeah, it was cool. We filmed it too, so hopefully we'll post the footage one of these days.
I know. I was looking for the footage. I didn't see it. I want to see you guys. I'm excited for that. You two teaming up is pretty awesome.
It was fun. There was one person we met who was super cool, and I can't wait to like he was the perfect participant. I'll just say that, and I'll leave it at that. But really cool guy.
Yeah. And what else have you been into recently? What's been keeping you excited recently?
Definitely Signal. Signal Prep. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, Signal is our annual developer conference, and we're bringing it back to San Francisco this year for the first time since 2019. So super excited to do that. It's been a lot of work, so a lot of folks here at Twilio are really in the weeds in Signal stuff, especially Andrew, who is off camera right now. I think he's actually coding some stuff right now for Signal, but yeah, we're super excited about that. Alex, I know you're giving a talk. I'm giving one as well.
And then Bianca and I are also doing a panel together.
Oh, cool. Who's the panel with?
All the AI Searchlight winners from previous years.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All of them are going to be there?
Not all of them, but like I think we're going to have 2 AI Searchlight winners and a VC, and we might have a 3rd AI Searchlight winner. I'm not sure.
That's cool.
Yeah.
From this past year or last year?
Yeah, round 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, these are the videos I was thinking of with like I just remember it being like a lot of like, oh, there's Mikey, there's the guy, he's on SNL now.
Yeah.
But it was just like, and this guy would just like do crazy things and the people in the back would freak out.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
And then there was just like an eye and he would just follow them everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. And like there were times I would like give the eye as well. But I don't know if people understand the that I don't know if people understand it, because this video is 17 years old. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so old at this point. Like,
I remember laughing hysterically to these years ago.
Yeah. But I think this is something only like millennials will get.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm glad I didn't remember that Mikey Day was in it, but now I'm like, that's fun.
Yeah. I don't know who he is, but
he's on SNL. He's one of the, he's been a cast member for a couple of years now on SNL.
Oh.
Yeah,
he's
in a while,
but
he's this guy.
Yeah.
Looks the same
funny
as he does on SNL 17 years later. Yeah. What about in your life outside of Twilio? Is anything exciting going on?
Ooh, yeah. I mean, I've just been busy with house stuff. Really busy with house stuff. A lot of cleaning, a lot of gardening. Springtime is here, so all the flowers are starting to bloom around. Yeah, there's just a lot of work to do, a lot of weeds, and a little bit of procrastination, but that's what happens when you have a lot of weeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that. We just like started doing some stuff in the backyard. Nikki, I did not know that he is the host of Is It Cake. He also did he also did a Super Bowl commercial.
Wait, what is that, a TV show?
Yeah, it's a TV show. I've never seen it, but I know the premise because it's like a meme everywhere.
Yeah, I've seen a meme.
It's just like, is it cake? And he cuts stuff with a knife, I guess. Both Nikki says best show ever, and Brent says, is it cake rocks? So it looks like Is It Cake is something that maybe I need to invest my life, more time into to watch, but who knows?
I saw a video, like just a random TikTok yesterday, and this guy like spent so much time on this one video because he went through his entire day of basically like doing that little play or whatever, where he literally wakes up in the morning, cuts his alarm clock, and then he goes into the bathroom, his toothbrush is a cake. And it literally his entire day, that every single thing is a cake. And I'm like, this guy literally spent like probably a month just creating this one video.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was really well done though. Like,
nice.
Yeah, they're fun meme.
Great. So Is It Cake? People really like Is It Cake. Rashab, hey, what's up? Eileener, Aligner. I'm pronouncing that wrong. I'm sorry, but
yeah, cake or wax.
Yeah. Is it cake or wax? That's, just did you have to eat it to find out? Because it all cuts.
Yeah. Take a bite and
there we go. Yes. What do you want to show us today, Anthony? The floor is yours to show us something fun.
Yeah, I do want to show off a little demo. Quick little demo.
Wait, is Alina?
Alina.
Could be. No confirmation yet. Yes. Alina is Alina indeed. Hi, Alina. And we've got
hey, Felipe.
Felipe here too. We got a whole crew of Twillions coming to hang out. Anthony, you bring out everybody.
I think they were all expecting magic, but I'm sorry to disappoint you. There's no magic today. I still need to work on.
It's just Twilio magic.
Yeah. I still need to work on it. So today, I'm going to do a little bit of a demo on AI assistance. So,
sweet.
Alex, do you know what AI assistance is? I'm sure you do.
I do know what AI assistance is.
Okay.
I've played with it before. I've built it. I love it because it just feels like a great rapid prototyping tool to me. You can build kind of really cool AI tools really fast.
Yeah, for sure. And especially for people like me, who I obviously like use prompting and whatnot, but like I'm not like super into the AI world and like LangChain and building out all those flows myself. So I don't know exactly how it works, but AI assistance is just like a really nice abstraction for, everyday developers that you could just quickly build out, whatever you want essentially. So that is what I'm going to show. What is AI? Yeah, that's a great question, Rashab. I have no idea. Never heard that. Or what is it? A1?
Oh yeah, it's A1. It's just steak sauce. Just steak
A1
sauce.
Okay, so let's
yeah.
Let me share my screen really quick. And hopefully I share the right one.
We have so much chat that it's hard to get it up on screen and back and forth.
Yeah, I don't know how you're managing all this.
I'm clicking buttons.
Overwhelmed by the comments. I can't even read them, to be honest. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We got I'm trying something new. So if anyone's watching on LinkedIn, hello. Trying on my LinkedIn. We got Greg came in to say hi. But yeah, we're trying to stream this on LinkedIn and see if people enjoy it there. So let me know if you're watching on LinkedIn and you're having a good time.
That's cool.
Yeah. Are you ready to share your screen?
Yeah, I'm ready to share the screen. Hopefully it's the right screen.
It looks like the right screen.
Okay.
I just need to push my buttons to make it happen.
Awesome. Okay. So, gonna be talking about AI assistants today. Just giving a quick little demo on the tool. Before we start though,
Hold on. I think Rashab's got our next streaming show out there. We guess if a company is AI or not. Is it AI? I am so in. Let's pilot it on stream. We'll all bring one. I love that idea.
We do, instead of what was it, cake or not cake? What if we do AI or A1?
Yeah. Is this fueled by AI or steak sauce? Nice. So good. It's all fueled by A1. Cool.
But yeah, hey everyone, this is my cool little avatar. Kind of looks like me, but not really. I use ChatGPT there. Basically just prompted to give me a Pixar style avatar. Yeah, does a decent job. But yeah, scan the QR code if you want to contact me. My email's there. You could schedule some time with me if you want. But yeah, I'm a developer evangelist here at Twilio. I don't know if Alex mentioned that earlier, but we're essentially in developer relations, and I'm an evangelist here. So yeah, really quickly, chatbots, AI agents, essentially, we're all familiar with the chatbots and how they are, more old school, more traditional, and kind of boring, to be honest, right? They kind of follow traditional flows of like, if a certain condition is matched, a certain action happens, so on and so forth. But agents are understanding context. They can do a lot more things. It's not just if this, do this.
Yeah.
They can actually contextually move from one thing to another and understand whatever you are talking about. They can also pull things from APIs, database, and other sources and whatnot. So yeah, AI agents are definitely super hot right now. Chatbots are kind of out.
So in your mind, I just want to like set this, because it's not just about LLMs making these better, because LLMs made just chatbots better. Like, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, ChatGPT was a great chatbot. But like, what do you think takes it from being a chatbot to an AI agent in the day of like, you could have an LLM on both and it can still be either? Is it really the context and the personalization? Is it the APIs, or is it kind of all the above?
It's all of them essentially. So you nailed it right there. Context, the ability to incorporate various tools, and personalization. So like literally those three topics on the slide right there are the selling point of an agent over just an LLM with a chatbot, because like you can't really incorporate them with tools. I mean, you can, but I mean, it's a little trickier, and they don't perform as well. But yeah, let me hop on over to good segue.
For sure. And speaking of, by the way, using tools, just a quick aside. Twilio recently launched our MCP server. I made a video about it. So if anyone, do you know what MCP is, Anthony?
I do, but not a whole lot. Like I kind of know what it means, but honestly, I'd love for you to
MCP stands for Model Context Protocol, and it's essentially a standardized way of telling a AI agent how to interact with tools. So whether those tools are API calls or stuff on your local machine or file systems, whatever it is, it's a lot of APIs these days. But the whole point is like, it's model and context. So model being like, okay, what's the call look like? How do you actually make the call? Which we at Twilio figured that out by actually converting our open API spec into the model. And then context is when the agent should use that tool. So it kind of combines those both into a standardized protocol. I actually really appreciate Rashab made a great video that explained it as well. But we've all got videos out there about MCP because everyone has a video now about MCP.
Yeah. I like the one thing that I don't get, and maybe you might know the answer to this, or maybe Rashab could chime in here, but like I don't understand, because essentially it's a protocol, right? But like, why are we seeing so many protocols being built? Like, why isn't there just one protocol? Do you happen to know that?
Do you mean what, like how different versions of MCP or different MCP servers?
Yeah, because like that part I just don't understand. Like, is it that everybody's creating their own MPC server that is using the same protocol?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There's one other protocol that I want to say Google came out with recently that was like a agent to agent protocol. Yeah. So MCP is the standard and everyone's creating their own MCP server that explains it. So like the MCP servers at Twilio, you can kind of like pick your product or pick your use case and it'll pull down all the things. So like, let's say you want to do like phone numbers and you want to be able to buy phone numbers. You can just say, hey, grab me all the Twilio MCP server endpoints that help me buy phone numbers. And then you can tell your, Claude to buy a server.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah, and then Rashab saying Google came out with A to A, agent to agent, which may or may not replace MCP. There's kind of like some confusion about where it all fits in.
Okay, I haven't heard that.
And we actually have our viewer on LinkedIn. Hi, Greg. Thanks for saying hi.
Hey, Greg. Welcome from LinkedIn.
Yeah, I wanted to try it. It's an experiment I'm running, so we'll get there. But yeah, so there was our little foray into MCP and A2A and all these other things, but it's just trying to make it easier for agents to use tools.
Yeah. So check out the video that Alex just dropped. I think there was a blog post about it recently too, maybe or 2 weeks
blog
ago.
Post. You can check out Rashab and Cloud for some more videos there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Rashab's another evangelist on the team, by the way, if you didn't know that. And he's in the chat helping us out.
Saying things like this. Yeah.
But yeah, essentially, on this slide, I'm just talking about kind of the benefits of AI assistance. So I listed 4 right there. So first of all, you've got customer memory. Essentially, it's kind of explanatory, but essentially we have our Segment product, right, which collects and stores all this data, and you can basically pull that data into the tool so that it's aware of your customer's information. So it's context aware, which is really cool. So like the example that I always love to give is like, okay, let's say you're at a checkout page on a product. You've put a pair of shoes into your cart. You could track all those events, dump it in a Segment, and then now your assistant or your agent is aware of this, and all those events can be put into the agent itself, so that whenever you're talking to that user, you know that, hey, Anthony put a pair of shoes in his cart. So very cool stuff right there. Another awesome thing is our knowledge tools and RAG. So essentially you can upload websites, you can crawl websites, you can upload files, and you can connect to vector databases yourself, which is really awesome. There's also API tools, and by the way, I'm gonna demo all of this later. I'm just kind of like going over it, but
the RAG thing, which stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation, is like, that's one of the more magical things about it, because when you talk about customer memory, there's so many different things there that the RAG that we built in the back end of Twilio AI Assistants does an awesome job of only pulling the customer data that you need in that moment for that question. Like, that's one of the huge things, because otherwise it would be overwhelming and too big of context. It'd be slow, it'd be expensive. Just highlighting how what RAG is and why it's so important there.
Yeah. And you'll see it like in action in a second. But yeah, it's super cool. Very, very easy to use as well. And yeah, speaking of API tools, you can essentially connect with, REST APIs you could post, which is awesome. And then fourth and finally, it's omni-channel. So it works with, whatever channel you want to use it on, which is awesome, right? And that is one of the biggest value propositions of the tool is that, it's within our Twilio ecosystem. So you can easily connect it to SMS, WhatsApp, voice, and whatever channel you want to connect it to. And in the demo, I'm going to be connecting it to SMS, and I will show you how it works. So yeah, let's, Alex, you ready for the demo?
I'm ready for the demo.
Okay. So I am not sure if you guys can see my screen. Oh, no. So let me
I've
stop
got
sharing.
a screen that just says demo time.
Yeah. Let me stop sharing and then share a different one. Let's see. Doing the console, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Getting into the matrix.
Yeah, we're getting into our Twilio console. So
that counts. Yeah.
Oh, I have to log in again.
No worries. We'll wait until you log in and then I'll pull you on stage. This is
right.
the don't share your credentials moment of the
Yeah.
show. This happens every time.
Yeah, I have to open up my password manager and do all of this jazz. So give me a second.
Yeah. We need like hold waiting music when these things happen.
Elevator music.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of already playing in the background, but just pump up the volume.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're good.
Okay, I'm gonna pull you back on.
Okay, sweet.
Cool.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, so I'm in my
Welcome
console.
back, Anthony. Cool.
I'm in my console. I'm going to go to this account, I believe, Signal 2025, and just going to wait for it to load. There we go. Okay, so be like Rashab, share your secrets. Oh, did you do that, Rashab?
I think we've all done that. If it's like a right at some point. It's gonna happen. You're gonna share your secrets, and then eventually you like figure out how to get away from it. But I've done it too several times.
Yeah, I mean it's so hard, especially when you're doing things live.
Yeah.
Like,
Can you just do like a Control Plus once or twice so we can get things a little bigger?
Oh yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh no, that's the wrong button.
Yeah, not the right button.
Where is? Oh my gosh.
We'll get there.
Sorry, I don't do this on
okay, there you go.
That often. Okay, there we go. How's that?
That's great.
Looking good.
Looks
okay.
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, you know what's even worse than sharing your credentials on stream?
What?
Sharing embarrassing notifications. That's even worse.
Ooh, that's a bad one. I have done this to myself as well, but Chef Brent also has done it where we've shared our phone numbers on screen, which is you can't really change that one. No one's called me. I think the one time I exposed my phone number on screen, which I really tried hard to avoid, we just didn't post it as an on-demand video. So
well, I'm gonna look through all the videos and find your phone number and then start spamming.
It's not on demand anymore, so good luck.
Okay. Well,
yeah, exactly. That's right, RJ. I only use DevPhone for any demo I do now because then I'm not calling myself. My phone number is not on screen. It's great.
Yeah. Perfect solution.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways.
Okay. Back to the demo. So AI assistants, I'm going to click on this tab right here. I'm going to go to my assistants and I'm going to create an assistant.
Wow, we're starting from scratch here.
Yeah, we're starting from scratch. So I'm going to give it a name. What name do you chat? Give me a name. Give me a name.
Oops All A's. That's the name of the show.
Okay. Oops All A's. I'm not sure if I could use can I use that? Oh yeah, nice.
I didn't know that either.
All right, Oops All A's. So yeah, I've created a project here, and first thing we're going to do is scroll down to this personality prompt, and I am going to replace it. Instead of being a helpful agent, I am going to copy and paste this prompt right here. So the personality of this agent is going to be you're speaking to a live audience during a live stream on Twitch and YouTube and LinkedIn.
Yeah,
and
we're in all the spots.
Yeah. and you're giving direct answers without any fluff. Keep it professional and friendly. And then when sending URLs, do not convert them to Markdown. This prompt is probably not the greatest prompt in the world, but it was working for me. So I'm going to use this. I don't think it's optimized at all, but yeah, I'll click the save button, and this is the new personality of our prompt. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll up to this button right here, which is our simulator, which is super cool. Mm-hmm. It's an environment where you can play around live with your assistant. So first of all, I'm going to create an identity here. Let's just say oops, all A's again, and we're gonna talk to our agent that we just created with that personality prompt, and I'm gonna ask it a question. Mm-hmm. Chat, do you have a question that I should ask it?
We'll see what we got.
Help me out here.
Interesting. RJ had a point, which is interesting. I don't think it's a question. It would be nice for these best practices. Best practitioners can tick off the best practices that the personality prompt is written. So there's really good ways to write personality prompts, and we figured some of those out. And I think RJ is asking to make that a little more clear.
Yeah, I think we do give a couple of tips on the home screen right here.
Chef Brent has an interesting one. I think Chef Brent is. So there's a version of an AI. There's an AI assistant out there that is linked to this show and knows who guests were and things like that. So I think Brent was just trying to show that off, but I don't think it's working right now. Yeah.
But, yeah. Let me ask it that question though.
Yeah. Who was the guest in episode 13 of A/B testing?
Yeah.
yeah.
And I got a hunch that it's not going to know who that guest was, but let's see.
Well, it doesn't know what episode it's going to be either. Might assume it's A/B testing.
Okay.
There. Yeah.
So yeah, obviously the agent does not know what we're referring to. I'm talking about Twilio Devs A/B stream on Twitch.
There you go.
Let's give it some more context.
Yeah.
Yep. And obviously it doesn't know the answer to that, which is, what we should expect.
Yeah.
But yeah, essentially this is your simulator. You can, what is that?
I don't know. Rashab said that it's a cool thing, so we'll pull it up in a minute, but you can keep going.
Okay. I also just saw that, I haven't read it yet, but like, I think Google recently released like this whole paper on prompting and like practices for prompting.
Yeah.
It's like a 60 pager or so. So I haven't read it quite yet, but like, yeah, check it out. It's like, apparently it just has like best practices and tips for creating that prompt.
I like that. I remember seeing something probably like a year ago now when Apple made whatever their big release announcement was, and someone found the prompts that they were using, and there was a ton of misspellings and like weird capital punctuation was weird, and people weren't sure if it was just like they messed up and they were being sloppy, or if those performed better than the ones with like proper punctuation and spelling. It's always weird.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I'm trying to read the chat here too. Like,
no, you keep going. I'll read the chat for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna ask our simulator just a question right here. And Alex, have you heard of this? Our excellence.
I think I have, but only very vaguely.
Okay. Well, let's use the simulator to see if it can tell us what this is. So I'm going to ask it this question: who are the winners of Twilio's Excellence in Engagement Awards? And we're going to hit the send button.
Yeah.
Let's see what it
quick chat thing. So didn't see. Robertable says that it's costing OpenAI millions for people to say please and thank you.
Oh yeah, I saw that headline.
So it didn't know. It says they don't have the specific details about the winners of the program.
Yeah. So So there's no context of this
Yeah.
out of the box agent, which is kind of expected. I'm also going to ask it another question about Twilio Signal.
Okay.
So I'm not even going to mention Twilio. I'm just going to be like, when is Signal? How much do tickets cost? So let's see if it knows the answer to that. And it doesn't. So essentially, I gave our assistant a couple of questions that a model generally won't know.
Right.
But I'm going to give it some context via our knowledge tool. So I'm going to go back to our assistant, and you'll see earlier I was in the properties section where I gave it the prompt, but now I'll go over to our knowledge section, and this is where you can essentially give it context.
This is my favorite part.
Yeah,
of
for sure.
AI, because this is the one that's like building your own vector database is like it's doable, but it's not super trivial.
Yeah. So essentially, I just click on this button to add a source, and I can create a knowledge tool with just a few fields. So here you could see, like, for example, I could give it a website, just give it some raw text. I could upload a file, or as you mentioned, I could, connect to a Pinecone database. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to add a knowledge source here called Excellence. Oops, spelled that wrong. Excellence in Engagement Awards. So that's
Nice.
the name of the source. And then for the description, I am going to copy and paste this here.
And the description is actually kind of important because it helps tell the AI assistant when to use this tool.
It is. Is there a best practice here? Like, is it essentially like another prompt that you're supposed to type in? Because I've just been giving it just a general description.
You can do that and it works, but like if you look at the red text there, it says source description is required for the assistant to properly went away. If you delete it for a second, it should show back up. Clear it out. But it says that, the description will be used by the AI assistant to determine when to use the knowledge source. So I usually I don't know if it's the best practice. I said, use this to find information about the Excellence in Engagements Award.
Yeah, I should do that.
Yeah.
So let's use this to determine Twilio's Excellence in Engagement Award winners in 2025. Yeah. So that should work.
Chef Brent also showed off the cool bot that he had built where he said, who was the guest on episode 13? And then the Twilio bot responded that it was none other than Anthony Delavecchia, who we have here today too.
Yeah, totally didn't butcher my last name, but no,
I know that's a lot of capitalizations, but so it goes. We can only do so much.
Okay. So going back to this.
So Rashab said general descriptions are fine, but if you have a lot of sources, it helps determine which ones to use.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, that totally makes sense. For this demo, for the purposes of this demo, I'm not going to add too many sources. So it should be able to do it with, even if I deleted this, it should be able to understand it.
Cool.
Essentially we're going to we're going to crawl, I guess, this website. So right here, I have a link to one of our recent press releases about this program. And I'm going to set the page depth to 0, just because I think it'll take a little bit longer if I increase the page depth. So I'm just going to save the source. And oh, no way.
What's wrong?
Do you see that?
Oh,
okay. Oh, okay. It's just the name length, which is fine. At first I thought it was I added 30 sources in my
yeah.
Okay, so I'll just go like that.
That's great.
That scared me for a second. I was like, oh no, I've got to request more. But yeah, we're gonna save it and just wait a few seconds, maybe a minute, for this to essentially crawl the website. And let me just refresh it here. Sometimes you have to do that.
Always refreshing our AI. But like this is just so much easier than having to like build out the whole flow and lang chain.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like look, there might be a time where you vet these things out and you want to go build it out yourself if it's like really core to your business. But this is such a good prototyping tool. Like you can figure out if it's going to work right away and on every channel. I love playing with it.
Yeah. And like, remember earlier I mentioned like this tool is perfect for people like me who are not like super into like the ins and outs of building your own thing from scratch. Essentially, like this is perfect for me. Like I don't really care about all that. I just
we got our teammates like Rashab to build out the complicated things, and we'll just keep playing with the toys.
Yeah. But yeah, you could see that this is completed. If you wanted to, you could like click on this button to view.
And then Rashab's telling us in the background it's crawling, chunking, embedding, and storing those embeddings.
Yeah. And yeah, you could see the chunks here. But yeah, let me go back to our simulator. Actually, before I do that, so I uploaded I keep saying the word uploaded, but
you crawled.
I crawled a website. So now I'm gonna upload a file. So we're gonna do something here. I'm gonna be like signal information PDF, and then for the description I'm just going to say use this PDF file containing information about
That's
Signal
great.
SF 2025. Yeah. And then we're going to actually upload a file this time. So I am going to upload a PDF that I have stored somewhere. I've got to find it. Just give me a second. And I don't know if you all can see the screen. But
we can't, which is good.
Yeah,
we
that's
can't see all your files.
Anyway, I just found the file, and you can see it right here. And I'm going to save this source. And obviously, because it's a file, I'm not exactly sure how large the file is, but it's going to take a little bit longer to upload and whatnot. So we'll just give it a few seconds. And it might be slower too, because I'm live streaming right now, and I guess that takes up some resources. So,
but this is mostly happening on the Twilio server, so that shouldn't affect it.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
true. It'd be weird if it was on your computer, but it's in the console. Yeah,
that is true.
So we get AI assistant running locally. Yeah. Some resources is a mood. It is a mood indeed. Okay, in progress, so it'll be there in a few moments. Yeah. So idea for you, next time you do this demo, if the file takes longer than the web page, do the file first, and then while you're doing the web page, it'll finish.
That is a good idea.
Yeah. There you go. That wasn't long anyways. You're done. So
did my camera freeze?
Your camera froze, but we can still hear you.
Dang it. Okay. It always does this.
Yeah. It's okay. You're not in too awkward of a position where it froze.
Yeah, at least I'm like semi-smiling. But yeah, I need to get a what is it called? The capture card.
A USB capture card.
Yeah, I need one of those.
Shout out to Chef Brent for keeping most of us looking good, but Brent recommends the capture card.
You can see that our PDF was uploaded and completed successfully. So now I'm going to go back into the simulator, and I'm going to ask it the exact same questions that I did earlier.
Nice.
So let's see who the winners of this program was. And I also want to add another part to the question. And we're also going to ask it, how does Clear use Twilio? So Clear, if you're not familiar, is that company that you might see whenever you go to the airport, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the TSA what is it called? Pre-TSA.
Yeah, it's like the level above that. If anyone, if they like, you can do like eye scan or fingerprint instead of taking your ID out sometimes.
Yeah. So they're a customer of Twilio, and I'm gonna try and find out how they actually use Twilio. So let's see if our assistant knows.
Roberto was already dropping his sponsored, not sponsored. Just coming up soon.
Yeah, totally. Oh no. Okay.
So it tried to use the
yeah, it tried to use the correct source. So let's see. Who are the winners? That's interesting.
Yeah.
That is interesting. Let's go back to our source and let's see. I mean, when I did look at the details here, things did look a little bit wrong. So yeah, it looked like there was
Weird.
some issue here with the request being blocked. So I'm assuming that it couldn't be.
Or I wonder if
Crawl
there's like a
correctly.
no crawl thing on there.
Yeah, there might be a no crawl thing, which is funny because I did test this yesterday and it worked. But you know, as things go, when you do it live, things always break.
Yes. Otherwise, it wouldn't
So-
be live.
Yeah. Let's try it again though. Let's refresh it. See if that does anything.
Yeah, maybe I'll crawl this time. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's AI. It's non-deterministic. It might work.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably somebody probably pushed a prod today and
yeah. That's always how it goes.
yeah. All right. Let me refresh. Get blame.
Exactly. A hot take from one of our other fellow Twillions today that I saw over on LinkedIn. Tierney had a take. His take was awaiting the deluge of think pieces coming in like 2 to 3 years about how vibe coding was a huge mistake and actually harmed projects, teams, and corporations. So we'll see if their prediction rings true. But
Wait, what
I
was the
could see
first
it
part of
happening.
Say
What?
that one more time. What was the first part? I didn't catch that.
Awaiting the deluge of think pieces coming in like 2 to 3 years about how vibe coding was a huge mistake and actually harmed projects, teams, and corporations.
Are we saying that they were vibe coding today when they pushed a prod? Probably, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Which I buy. I actually think that in a lot of cases that's probably true. I think vibe coding is great for spinning up prototypes, but the problem is
Yeah.
sometimes those prototypes don't get rebuilt when you're actually ready to like go to production, and that's hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's not going
Oh,
to
yeah.
stop me from vibe coding anytime.
No,
But,
no, nor should it.
but yeah, I refreshed this knowledge source, and you could see we're getting actual
Nice.
chunks here, so it looks like it did work. So I just had to refresh it.
Sweet.
So let's go back to our simulator and try that one more time.
Yeah.
So let's just copy and paste this here.
Let's see what it comes up with.
Yep. So
Yeah.
it went to that knowledge source, and it tells us that the winners of this award were Best Buy, Clear, Rocket Mortgage, Vineyard Vines, and Zillow. And then the second part of my question was asking how does Clear use Twilio, and they use Twilio Verify and other secure identity platforms to enhance trust and security in their services. So
Nice.
I'm actually gonna like do a follow up on
Yeah.
what this actually is. What is the Excellence in Engagement Awards?
Nice.
Because I never clarified what that
No.
is. Yeah. So
Looking
let's
at
see
the
if we
knowledge
pull
sources. I love how the simulator tells you what it's doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's just really helpful. You can kind of see what's going on.
Yeah, it's super helpful. But yeah, essentially it understands what this is based on the knowledge tools or the data that we gave it. So essentially this program is something that we recently announced. It's the first year we've done it. But essentially we had like kind of like how your startups program, Alex.
Yeah. Startup Searchlight.
Yeah, your startup Searchlight. Essentially, it was like that, but
It's not mine. It's a whole team, including Bianca and Frank, and we got a lot of people working on that one. But yeah, Twilio's AI Searchlight.
Yeah, Twilio's AI Searchlight.
I appreciate this hot take from Rashab saying infrastructure and security as a career is going to be good with all the vibe coding.
Yeah.
Yes.
But what,
Although
what
we're
if
finding
they're-
out that it doesn't really matter. Like you see all these crazy exploits happening for people who aren't vibe coding and are coding normally. So
Yeah.
what's security? It's all vibes. Okay. I'm just gonna go on a tangent for a moment here.
Okay.
And I know your camera's off, so I don't know
let me try and stop it.
yeah, while I go on my tangent. I at one point had a guy reach out to me that got blocked on 10 DLC stuff. And it was literally he was like, I shouldn't have to do 10 DLC because my app is all about good vibes. And since it's good vibes, it doesn't matter if people opt in or not. He was basically trying to create something where like I could anonymously send you, Anthony, good vibes, which sounds really nice, right? I can send you a nice message. It's anonymous. Sounds cool. Except you never said that you wanted any messages from this company.
Right.
And so I was trying to explain to him how that wouldn't work and how it violated our things. He's like, but it's good vibes. It shouldn't matter. And I was just like, I can't anymore.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was really funny. Yeah,
Yeah,
A to
that's
P
funny.
10 A to P 10 digit long vibes.
Long vibes.
yeah. Sweet. Cool.
Okay, yeah, my camera's frozen, so I'm gonna leave
Okay.
my avatar on. So
Sweet. That's fine. Are you feeling good about? I mean, I love AI assistance demos. It's just like so easy to do stuff.
yeah, it's
If
so
you haven't
easy,
tried
right?
it out, go try it out.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
I love it. So yeah, that's essentially what this program is. But earlier I was asking it like when a signal and how much do tickets cost. So earlier I uploaded that PDF which has all that info. So it should be able to tell us more about this,
And-
which it does correctly. So
Are we using this for any of the signal for any signal activations? Like are you using Twilio
That's a good-
AI assistance?
Andrew might know a little bit more
Sweet.
on that. So
Should we bring Andrew on? I got a double thumbs up from Andrew.
yeah,
He's fireworking while we start. Sweet.
that was a great intro.
That was a great intro.
That was
We got you.
I like to deliver. I really like
Yeah.
to deliver as best as I can anytime I
Yeah.
come on stream.
Before we get into what's happening at Signal, I want to take a little break. We have a fine long history on this channel of a segment that we call Sponsored Not Sponsored, where we bring something that we really like to stream and tell people about it. We already had someone in chat. We already had Robertables talking about the Magewell capture cards, which they're great. I have one. He said the biggest thing about them is no repeat customers because everyone just lasts forever. I don't have this exact one, but Brent had me get one and it's worked really, really well. In fact, my biggest problem is that the USB converter blew and I had to get a new one, but the capture card is great. But yeah, I got more too, but Andrew, Anthony, you got anything you want to share?
It's pretty pricey.
Anthony, what do you got, man? What do you got?
I'm trying to think of what I've bought recently. And I can't think of any. But okay.
This is the one I have, by the way, but they are pricey.
Yeah, that's so pricey.
That's one that I have too.
Mm-hmm.
you know what
So I've got a couple of printers on my desk right now, and
Like what kind of printers?
they're like thermal printers.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the little receipt printers almost.
Yeah, like little receipt printers. And like, I guess, wait, am I only supposed to be talking about products that are like good?
No, you can tell us if something's bad.
That's the
Okay.
right.
If
you're
that's the
unhappy
right
about it.
question.
Okay, so yeah, I'm kind of unhappy with them.
Okay.
Dun dun dun. But yeah, basically I've got like it's called Dymo printer.
I've seen
And
those.
then-
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I have another one which is an Epson printer, and both of them are okay. The Dymo printer is great because it can connect via USB, but
Mhm.
the Epson printer on their if you type in Epson printer, so this is essentially like a receipt printer. So yeah, Yeah, I literally think it's the first one right there. I think that's the one I have. And it says that it's like USB compatible, but every time I connect it to my computer via USB, it doesn't read it. And it only works on Ethernet or Wi-Fi. And that is super annoying, and I haven't been able to figure it out. So, I mean, I don't know if it's a product thing or just a me thing, but I've tried so many times and I wasn't able to figure it out. So I am not sponsoring that Epson printer.
Printers are one thing that I feel like has never gotten better. Like they still are rough. I remember seeing someone saying that it was cheaper for them to go buy a new printer than to get new ink. Like it's just the whole industry is weird.
Yeah. Oh, and I do see a comment like, yeah, so I know printers are like old school. So essentially, these are for like fun little activations and demos that I'm building. So like, like I'll give you like a little sneak peek. So one of the printers is a sticker printer. So it's not like a normal printer. It prints out stickers. And whenever I do some magic tricks, I print out whatever their card is going to be, and I hide the printer under the desk, and then I take that sticker and I stick it to like, you know, my shoe or something, my shirt, and show it to them, and I'm like, hey, I knew you were going to pick this card, and then I show them the sticker. So it's kind of like,
I love that.
Yeah,
that's so cool. That's a great one. I think like 2 years ago, I was at a conference it was like the Techstars conference. And this was like early on in the AI days. And a guy was walking around with a custom built hookup to Midjourney. And during a conversation, he was like on his phone and he would like kind of add some stuff. And then by the end of our conversation, he like printed out like a little custom image that was like his business card with like a custom image based on our conversation. So mine had like a bunch of like fish on it.
That's cool.
This is back in the day when like the AI art was eerie, but it was like a really fun, like engaging way to share a business card.
That's very
I liked it. Yeah. What do you got for us, Andrew?
Well, you're muted.
Yeah, you're muted. So one day we'll hear you.
I have 47 bajillion tabs open. The fact that I just found you right now is a minor miracle. This is the joy. I speaking of vibe coding, before I get to my sponsor, not sponsored, I've been enjoying some joy of vibe coding, but I find vibe coding is actually good as long as you are vibe double checking your vibe code.
If you could code it yourself, I get vibe coding. I think the scary part of vibe coding is people who don't code it themselves or wouldn't know how to do it without
vibe checks. Yes, Bianca. She may not be here. She may not be here in voice, but she is here
in wit.
Ooh, I love it. All right, today's sponsor, not sponsored, and I never get to like sponsor, not sponsored.
RJ, 1 hour vibe coding, 24-hour vibe debugging.
So true.
So I hold on. I want to do this sponsor, not sponsored, but I do got to say, depends on what you're trying to vibe code, because if it's got a lot of data sources in there and like it's really popular. So like I'm doing some stuff with Next.js right now, and it's awesome because there's lots of stuff on the internet about Next.js and all of it's amazing. Like every piece of data that it's trained off of is just absolutely perfect. Nobody does terrible Next.js code.
That's true. You just got to use a language everyone uses.
Absolutely. Like PHP.
Yeah. Okay. What do we got?
All right. So today's sponsor, not sponsored, is brought to you by iFixit. Let's get that in view there. Boom. Come on. There we go.
What is that?
This is the Essentials Electronic Toolkit. This is like the only electronics toolkit that you will ever need. It is spectacular. I use this probably on a weekly basis for just little things. It's got like every like custom head that you would need. It's got like, it's amazing.
Nice.
It's so good.
There's one thing that I would need that's not in there though.
What's that?
I do some of my own network cabling, and I feel like I like the little Cat 5 crimper things.
Ooh, true. I wonder, they probably do have it. I don't know.
Yeah, they probably do. I got another kit for that.
I bought just before I finally upgraded to big phone, on small phone. I upgraded and now I don't know how I lived with a tiny phone. Thanks, Chef Brent. Today's sponsor not sponsored, also brought to you by larger phones. I should have bought it years ago. But I bought an iFixit kit to replace the battery in my old phone. And it was fairly simple process. It said it would take me 60 minutes. It took me 6 hours though. So I will say,
sounds about right.
Yeah.
I think I used some of those weird heads that I happened to have the right tools for when I was playing with some Chrome boxes. They're little like Nook size Chrome things. But if you want to flash something that's not Chrome, you have to open them up and take a screw out because there's a safety screw.
Yep.
So I had to do that, but it wasn't that bad.
It's like the little design things that they do in this. So like here's the lid. And I don't know if you see that grid that's in there. That's literally so that you can know exactly where your bits have gone. So like you take out your screws and then it's just like a little raised lid.
Oh.
So
it
like
just keeps everything a little sorted.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, it's the little design things that are just like spectacular.
Yeah. How much is that?
I think this was like $65 Canadian.
Okay.
So it's like $10 American right now.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. American, it could be $120 American.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
You never know these days. Okay. Let's Brent gave us a sponsor, not sponsored. I'm gonna pull that up really quick and see what he's got. And then, whoa, what is this, Brent? Brent got a 3D printer.
Ooh.
Brent got a 3D printer. That looks sweet.
Oh, wow.
He got it right before tariffs, for a lot less, but that's cool. Sweet. Yeah, I want to see some stuff you printed too, Brent. So I'll get that. I've got mine. Mine's a little all over the place. My sponsor, not sponsored, is cold plunges. I love a cold plunge, but I've don't want to deal with ice all the time. So I actually I found one for $250, a 3rd horsepower aquarium chiller. So basically these are the things that keep aquariums cool, but you can put them in your bathtub and then you've got a cold plunge in your bathtub. So this is, I got one on eBay. I actually originally got a 1/2 horsepower one. It was too big. I need to get a smaller one. Yeah, but I, big fan of the cold plunge. Super excited to add that as a part of my daily routine because I don't have the option to ever sleep in anymore because I have a child, and so now I cold plunge to wake up in the morning and be with my lovely daughter. Yes, I want to swim with the fishes too. That is correct, RJ. And then I got a book recommendation. I realized I recently read 7 books in 7 weeks. I finished all the books of a series. The series isn't finished, but I've mentioned this before. But this book series is super, super well addicting and fun. The first book is kind of got a lot of Dungeon Crawler Carl. It's very silly. It almost feels very Hitchhiker's Guide in its silliness. And then what happens is that Roberta Bowles agrees, great series. That silliness, that veneer of silliness stays there, but then the characters get way more serious about it, and the stakes feel very real. And there's all these crazy mysteries happening, and it's a good mix of action and it's fun. I think it's technically in the lit RPG genre, so literary role playing games, because it's got a lot of that vibe to it, and there's levels and things like that. But it's a really, really entertaining series, and I highly recommend reading it. And the guy writes a lot, so I'm excited for all of his new books and him to keep publishing these because they're really good. Yeah.
How many are in the series?
What? There's so right now he's written 7 and he's in the middle of writing 8. You can tell where he is because he's on his Patreon. He publishes a few chapters every month. Yeah. But
I didn't
wait,
realize
people
we're
do
doing
that?
multiple sponsored, not sponsored.
Yeah, that's interesting.
yeah,
They release one chapter at a time.
He if you're I'm debating on, because I just finished book 7, the last that he's fully written, and it looks like he releases 3 chapters a month on Patreon. So I'm do I want to support him? I think he's his whole vibe is awesome. But I'm debating on that just to read them as they come, but they're really fun.
Alex, can we do one more sponsored?
Yeah,
not
you can
sponsored?
do. Yeah, for sure.
I got one more. So my sponsored, not my second and last sponsored, not sponsored, is FOMO, because it is conference season. So all of the people that are attending amazing conferences all around the world right now, and sharing their amazing adventures on social media. I feel like that is our sponsored, not sponsored today. Y'all might be feeling that way about Signal, but you don't have to, because we got free tickets for y'all. But I did see, it sounded like React Miami last week was a vibe. It looked spectacular. There was a lot of Hawaiian shirts.
I wanted to go.
It looked so good. It looked so good.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. Miami's also a fun place to go to a conference. There's a Claude coding conference the week after Signal and SF, which I kind of wanted to go to, but I don't think I'm going to make it because it's the week after and that's a lot of travel.
Oh no.
Wait, don't you have a ticket though?
I do have a ticket, but they were free.
Can you give it away?
I'll see if I can, or you can just be me.
I mean,
I don't know.
we've got the same glasses, right?
Yeah, I don't know how they're checking.
Yeah, we're all A's.
Yeah, all A's. Your name is basically the same.
But
yeah,
hey,
I'll figure that out if I can do that.
okay. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
But hey, speaking of the free tickets,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you want to go back to the screen share real quick?
Yours?
Yeah. So, if y'all recall, I asked it this question about tickets and how much do they cost for Signal. Essentially, it looked through that PDF. It told us that standard tickets are around $899. But that's pretty pricey. And if you're here watching this stream with us right now, I've got a surprise for you. We're giving out free tickets. So in order to do that, though, I've got to I'm going to show you how we actually interact with the tools. So earlier I showed you the knowledge.
Mhm.
Now I will show you the tools. So here you can connect with APIs and stuff. So I'm going to add a tool, and oh, actually, before I do that, let's go back to the simulator and just show you one more thing. So I'm going to ask it, can I have a free ticket to Signal? And let's see what it says. I'm going to assume it's going to tell me no, right? Yeah, obviously, like it doesn't have the ability to give us free tickets, but I want it to give us free tickets. So let's go back to our simulator, go to our tools, add a tool, and I'm going to name it free tickets. And I am going to paste this right here. It's going to return a URL with a free ticket for viewers. And I am going to paste in a webhook URL right here. And I'm just going to click create. So earlier I deployed an application using Twilio functions that you could see right here. It's just a very, very simple application that's literally just returning a URL to free Twilio Signal tickets. So basically I deployed it. I got a URL here, which is what I pasted into the assistant. So obviously this is not very complex, but you can make it as complex as you want it to be.
Wait,
but,
I think it was the other one. Wasn't the Oops All Signal?
Or is this the other one? Yeah. Thank you.
Oops All A's. Come on.
Yeah. So yeah, we've added this tool, and now I want people to interact with it. So another awesome thing about the tool is that it's omni-channel. You can connect it to various channels quite easily. So if I were to go to channels, it gives you instructions on like what you can connect this to and how you can do it. So I clicked on this button right here, and I don't know if I'm sharing the screen.
No, we just got your channel screen still.
Yeah. Anyways, it basically takes you to a quick deploy application, so you can literally deploy your assistant super fast. And I actually have done that. So I am going to share my other screen. 1 second. Let's see. I'm going to share this screen, and I want you to try it out. So scan the QR code. If you're watching, if you're an SF.
I'm watching.
Are you an SF?
I will be.
Okay. Well, if all of those apply, and if you want free tickets, scan the QR code, and open it up, and let's see what happens. It should take you to your messaging app where you can ask it to give you some free tickets.
Is this fully hooked up to the assistant? Because you have a preset message in there.
Yeah, it's fully. So the QR code itself, I pre-populated that in the QR code. Yeah,
nice.
So yeah, feel free to like chat with the assistant. You can ask it other questions. Obviously, it's not going to know everything, but it will know some things about the Excellence Awards program and a little bit of information about Signal. But yeah, I mean, it's live, it's deployed, and this is your way of getting.
I just asked it what's happening at Signal, and it told me.
Nice, yeah. So yeah,
Nice.
The simulator is an awesome way to prototype right in the user interface, and then with just a couple of clicks of a button, you could deploy the application to a channel that you're using. And yeah, I mean, we did that pretty quickly, right?
Yeah, that was awesome. Sweet. So I just asked the bot what's going on at Signal, but Andrew, you're like Mr. Signal out of nowhere, just jumping in right off the bat. So tell us, what are you excited about? What are your highlights besides the swag? We can't hear you. You might have heard muted.
Every time. There's not a single stream chat that I do not do this to myself. Why did they give me all of this technology? That's the real question. If I can't,
it's our fault. It's our fault for giving you the tools at your disposal.
It's all on you guys. Let me zoom in here a little bit more. Did I get a sash? I did not get a sash, but I will say, like, seriously, this is like a really, I was saying to myself the other day, I was like, I feel like I've evolved past hoodies, and now I've got my second track jacket. And
is that like, the marine layer one?
Oh my God, it is. Yes.
So I have a gray one of those, and it is one of my favorite things to wear.
It's so comfortable.
It's so comfortable.
Like, it's so good. I feel like this is where I am now. All I need now is is Arc'teryx a thing for y'all? Is that a thing that you've heard of? Okay, good. I don't know. Maybe it's not in the US. Maybe there's random little Canadian companies. Yeah,
I'm also like in the heart of mountaineering gear country.
Fair. Yeah. Because there's another little Canadian company you might have heard of called Lululemon. They also make some pretty awesome clothes. I don't know if it's made it south though. I don't know if it's made it outside of Canada.
Yeah, I think I saw a pop-up once.
You should pop up on your screen. Yes. So I will say there is some awesome stuff coming up for Signal. Now, here's the cool thing is I have access to all of the top secret documents that y'all don't even get to see because not everything's out yet. There are some pretty cool talks that are published already, but there are some very cool talks that have not been published at all yet that I'm going to give you the inside scoop into.
I love it.
But let's talk. Actually, Alex, could you pull up the Signal schedule?
Is it on the Signal webpage?
It is on the Signal webpage.
Cool. I'm already queued up there.
Boom. There we go. So yeah, that is not the Signal webpage though.
This is not the Signal webpage?
It is not. I think you're getting a redirect. So try to go to signal.twilio.com again, and it might be redirecting you here.
There we go.
Nope. There we go. Yeah. And then I think sessions should pop it up, or yeah, there we go. So this is the schedule. So if you want to know what's happening at Signal, this is the place to go. We got some cool stuff going on. We have got like the best of the best that are presenting at this conference, I gotta say. From DevNet, from PMM, from all these places, we have got some really, really cool content. It's not all AI, even though literally almost every talk that we've pulled up so far has the word AI in the title. I promise you, it's not all AI. But
Yeah.
okay, so here are the ones that I'm really excited about. I'm really excited about, if you scroll to the very bottom of day one, I'm really, really
I'm excited Phil Nash is going to be there.
Yeah, Phil Nash is going to be there, and he's doing a talk that actually was submitted a couple of times. This idea of building AI agents using sort of doing what we have internally. So if you don't know this, if you've ever received an email from Ed or Isa at Twilio, they are actually AI agents that are kind of going through documentation and are trained. And so Phil is going to actually show you how to build your own using SendGrid. But the talk that I'm really excited about is like the last talk on day one. And it is this one right here, the history of telephony and Twilio, or how I came to love CPaaS. And it is such a cool concept. So Rob Mason, solutions architect, I met with him when I first joined Twilio because he's doing a lot of sort of like training materials that he's building out for folks that are non-technical coming into some of these sort of like support roles. And so he really loves this sort of like history of this kind of stuff. And so I got a sneak preview of this talk the other day. It's so fun. Like, it is legitimately so fun. And I think that it's going to be like one of the highlights of day one, especially because it's just before the the reception on day one. And so it's kind of like the last thing that everybody's going to see just before that happens. Alex Goldman. Alex Goldman is on that list. Alex is doing a pretty cool talk as well. So I think you're a little bit earlier up. No, I think you're.
I'm on day one. I hope I'm day one. I didn't see me. I was looking. Let's see.
You might be day two, but you are on there. You are definitely delivering a talk.
I'm planning to. We can just do this. Hold on. Maybe I'm day
must
two.
not be on day one. Day two.
But are both my talks on day two then?
So I think so. Potentially. It might have overlapped. I think that's why. So it's only Bianca that shows up with the panel right now.
Let's see. There's Bianca's panel, which I'm in theory doing with her.
Yeah. And then.
But I don't think it overlaps. So I think I'm okay.
Yeah. So keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling.
There we go.
There he is. 11:10. It does not overlap. It's literally back to back.
I got an hour in between. Half an hour.
It's literally not back to back. It's got a half hour. That's plenty of time. So this is I will say, so Alex, you submitted a bunch of talks, and this one was such an interesting, like, one Twilio. There wasn't a huge number of one Twilio kind of things that were put out there. But this was a really good one. And I think it kind of talks about like what we're trying to share out with the world about kind of why Twilio has Segment as part of sort of our ecosystem and why we're building out with AI and all of these things. I think it's going to be a pretty good talk. The speaker does a pretty good job.
Yeah, I hope. It's a talk that I've given something similar, but I'm revamping it as we speak, actually. So I'm excited about it, but trying to get more into the storytelling aspects of it and also cut it down to like 10 minutes because last time I did it was like twice that.
Yeah. So Robertables. Yeah. So Rashab is doing one of our we only have a small number of hands-on labs, and Rashab is actually doing one on building an AI assistant. So basically, I think very similar to what you saw with Anthony. I think that's what Rashab is doing for his lab.
Yeah. Yeah. Essentially, you can,
sure.
we're going to provide resources where people can actually like go into the console themselves and build out an assistant right there live.
What's this one?
Yeah, and that, I don't know. That one's my talk. I kind of want to change my avatar. I don't know if they'll let me though, because that's an old picture, and I want to use my my magic.
Your magic.
Avatar. But I don't know if that'll get improved.
You probably can. But I will say, we are in a bit of I don't want to say a mad rush to update things, but there's a lot of things in the backlog right now to get updated. So stay tuned. Yeah. And we will see if we can make that happen.
Yeah. But, essentially I'm going to be doing a live magic show. Hopefully that goes well because, I'm not a professional magician. I'm just a part-time
It's ironic. You're not a professional magician, but you do magic as part of your job.
Yeah, it's funny how that works. I guess I'm just not like if I do bad in the magic, I guess I'm just doing bad in my job.
Yeah, Archie Pearson, Marius definitely has to talk too. I mean, I will say all of the people that you have seen on stream, the people you know and love, DevNet is well represented there. Marius is doing, again, a very similar one to, so sort of there are a bunch of different formats. So there's lightning talks, which are these 10-minute talks. There's breakout sessions, which are like kind of traditional like talks. They're just slightly longer. So it's like a 10-minute and then there's like a 25-minute version. And then we have chalk talks, which are basically like a digital whiteboard that you can kind of go through and explain some things. And then we have hands-on labs, which are kind of like you showing somebody something hands-on, and like they kind of get a little bit of access to it, but it's not as sort of like them going and doing. And then we do have our workshops, and our workshops are like the sit and you're working through it with people, and like you've got lots of support that's there. And so Rashab is doing the AI assistance a workshop, and then Marius is basically doing the AI assistance lightning talk. Yeah. So similar kind of idea, but different formats, which is really, really cool. So there's a lot of different formats that we've got going on, and like different rooms for each of the formats. So it's our first time back. We wanted to pull out all the stops, and I think that it's going to deliver a really, really cool experience for people. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're sitting with those. And then other talks, who else did we call out?
I mean, so many people are talking. We have a lot of customer talks too, which is cool.
We do, yeah. So kind of, I think we have, in addition to sponsors, and we got a ton of amazing sponsors, we have got a ton of customers that are non-sponsors that are coming to talk.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you can see the speaker list here, but we also have like, recent Twilio now at OpenAI, who's not listed on here yet, but will be soon.
Is Dom coming?
Dom is coming, and Dom is going to be doing a really cool talk. I don't want to give too much more away. We also have somebody from Datadog that's going to be coming in and doing a talk. We have one that I'm literally meeting with him at 3:30 to finalize some stuff from Postman.
Nice.
And so like all of these customers, but also like really awesome, just like dev brands talking about really cool dev brandy things that are attached to the Twilio ecosystem. So yeah, we've got so many. We've also got folks that are coming in to speak just from Twilio.org, which is really cool. So we've got some specific Twilio.org talks. Like ultimately, we've just got like all of these amazing companies represented that are using Twilio. And honestly, like our entire like executive team, in addition to doing the keynotes, like I know Vanessa and Arissa, who are two of our VPs. I think Arissa's VP of, I want to say operations.
What's Arissa's last name?
Arissa, hold on, I can tell you what her role is because I was literally just in a conversation. So Arissa is VP Strategy and Operations, and then Vanessa is the VP Revenue and Growth Marketing.
Yeah.
They are doing a talk on AI for executives, which is kind of an interesting take. It was one of the easiest yeses, I will say, because I haven't seen a talk like that at any AI conference. It's always like, here's how to use AI dev tools, or here's how to do this. But I thought it was like really, really cool that they had the executive angle.
This one.
Yeah.
AI for product-led growth at Twilio, an executive's guide. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like, it's such a cool concept. And I don't just have to say that because Vanessa is my boss's 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 boss. But I like really, really do, my skip boss. But I do think it's a really, really cool concept that, I think has the potential to be in a lot of different places. Like, I think this is one that other people would be really interested in too.
That's cool. I have a dream of like, my talk is going to be a Twilio update video. I have a dream at some point of taking some of the best from Signal and getting them onto YouTube, because I feel like that's just a good way to do it. Bianca wants to know, Anthony, from your lens, what you're looking forward to at Signal.
Ooh,
Andrew?
Yeah.
I mean, we can do both.
Andrew and
what am
Anthony. Yeah, I want to hear
looking
both of your
forward to?
personal
I
ones.
don't know, man. I'm looking forward to being at Signal. Like, there's
Mm-hmm.
so much work to happen before Signal.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited that once the conference starts, it's kind of like a rolling machine. Like it's a car without the brake on rolling downhill. Like it will go. And I mean that in like the best way. Like the conferences start and they go and they're amazing, right? And so I always love when you get into conference mode and things just kind of keep moving forward. So I'm really just excited for things to kick off.
I love your title of your talk.
Yeah,
Don't panic.
I love the concept of your talk. I'm excited to see this one.
Yeah, me too. Any tips on this talk?
Make it all up on the spot. Use as much AI as possible to not sure what's going to happen as you talk. That's how I did it the last time I did a live demo.
That's it.
One of these things.
I mean, that's the thing is mine like doesn't even actually end up with a live demo. I did have this dream. I had this dream of being able to have like a really good AI assistant that would be ready to go for Signal, that would only answer 2 questions. Like, tell me all about Twilio and what is the answer to the meaning of life. And both of the answers are 42. But yeah, so this, by the way, don't panic. A developer's guide of the Twilioverse is 1,000% based on Hitchhiker's Guide. And so I'm trying to like theme it. It's going to be a great talk.
Did you know that there's a book about the Hitchhiker's Guide called Don't Panic?
I did. I definitely did.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I wanted to do here. Cause like, I kind of feel like the developer's guide to Twilio is also kind of already out there. Like there's already a lot of resources that are out there. And so this is kind of like a meta analysis of stuff that's already out there. So thanks for that little sneak peek into the talk, Alex.
Anthony, what about you? What are you most excited for? And then I'll answer.
For sure, it's gonna be the activations for me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we have Luis who
Luis does the best activations.
Oh yeah, he's developing, he's cooking up some really cool stuff along with Andrew. I mean, you could talk about them a little bit more if you want, Andrew, because you've got the latest scoop. But like, I'm so excited to see those in person. I think it was just really cool hearing about the whole idea. Essentially, the concept is going to be like an arcade game, or an arcade store, I should say. Is that what it is? It's an arcade store, arcade shop.
No, it's just an arcade. Yeah,
oh, it's just an arcade.
Twilion's Arcade.
So yeah, like, right, you guys have got like multiple arcade games, and then you just like go in there, and then some of them are like real arcade games, and then others are Twilio demos, essentially, right?
Say that one more time, Anthony.
Oh, like some of the games are actual arcade games, but then other ones are like custom built Twilio apps, right?
They may that may be a thing that's happening there. Yeah, there's going to be some pretty cool stuff. There may be even some kind of like secret. I'm not going to give away any more, but there may be some secret things. So you'll want to check out the activation zone.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that so much. It sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited for that too. I'm just excited to see people. Andrew and I haven't met in person yet. I've managed to meet Anthony a few times, but it'll be good to see you. I'm excited to see people. And yeah, I don't know. It's been a minute since I gave a talk in public. The last one I gave, there was a dude in the front row sleeping. So this is going to be better.
No way. Oh, was he sleeping before the talk or during?
It was for Transform. And this guy was just like in the front row, just like,
oh no.
And I was like, it was that part was demoralizing, but the fun part about that particular event that Twilio put on is I was giving a talk in the morning. That was Bianca and I and Sarah went there to do a whole activation in the morning. And then we, like, as we're setting up, somebody comes and they're like, hey, one of the speakers is sick and can't make it. Can you give another talk? So I then gave my normal talk and then spent the next 2 hours building a second talk to give later. And the second talk was great. So that was kind of fun. But that's how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm also like super excited just to like experience Signal in SF because I've been to a couple of the regional ones and I kind of know like what the vibe is and like how things go. But I think the San Francisco Signal is just going to be next level. So I'm totally looking forward to like just experiencing the entire thing, just talking to people and just, you know, seeing what Signal in SF really is.
Yeah. I'm also very excited for what I get to do after Signal, because after Signal, I get to take all the stuff that we did at Signal and try to get as much of it into Twilio Update as possible, which I'm very excited for. Like all the product teams are holding on to announce stuff at Signal, and then we're going to be coming out and sharing all that with you who can't make it a few weeks after Signal, and then we'll be doing deeper dives into all the products as they get released throughout Q2, Q3, Q4. So I'm excited for that too. Yeah. Cool. I think I'm so glad we got to talk about Signal. I'm so glad we got to get some sponsor, not sponsored, hear about all the talks. Chat, we're excited to see you at Signal if any of you are going to make it. I know we're going to have some of our champions there, which is going to be great to meet. But yeah, closing thoughts? How's everyone feeling? What do you guys want to share as we wind down here? Which I know I'm not supposed to say because of Brent. By the way, wait, hold on. One thing, Andrew, new glasses color. I like it.
We're back, baby. We're back with new colors for 2025 and beyond. Baby blue for the baby blues.
Yeah.
Hey, Andrew, do you mind putting the QR code up on the screen one more time?
I got it.
Yeah, just for the people who may
anyone
be
wants it.
in,
Yeah.
For the first time. Yeah. Essentially earlier in the stream, we built a live AI assistant, and you can try it out by scanning this QR code. And if you ask it the default question that's pre-populated, you can actually get a free ticket to Signal, which is what we were talking about just now. So yeah, this is your chance for a free ticket. And I think we should just leave this on here for the rest of the stream. Yeah.
And anyone watching, maybe it's another hidden Easter egg. Because I know you guys ran around San Francisco dropping these QR codes off.
We did indeed.
We did, yeah. 20,000 steps.
We walked a lot. And there is, so the video, if you haven't watched the video, go over and watch the most recent reel. Actually, you don't even need to go there because I literally have it no, it's not an A/B testing. Did I put it in Build a Blog? Oh no. I messed up the structure, but I'm going to play it over top of our faces.
We've hidden QR codes for free Signal SF conference tickets around downtown San Francisco. Be the first to scan the QR codes hidden around the city and send a message to the number to get your free ticket. Even if you're not the first to scan, you'll still get a surprise discount. Happy hunting and see you at Signal.
All right, we're back over here.
Love that.
Also, I love how smooth that was going between those different versions. But yeah, we recorded all of that. And there is another version of that, which is not just like random stock footage and an AI voice. That is Anthony and I spending hours of our time literally recording these amazing little bits where we say the entire thing. You're welcome, Chef Brett. And there's probably my favorite clip of us going around the city is Anthony's in like a Waymo and he's like talking to the cab driver, or as if he's talking to the cab driver. And then we like pan to the front seat and there's no driver. And like, it's just so good. And I was so disappointed that our social team was like, no, this seems like a better version, but it was a better version. Either way, there's some behind the scenes footage.
I want to see the new video.
In May. What day is Signal over? The day after we need these videos.
Lovely.
That's a good question. It will come out. It will come out soon.
Sweet.
I'm gonna say soon.
Yeah. Nice. Well, I think that wraps it up for today's episode of A/B testing. Andrew, are you going to be on stream tomorrow with Rashab?
Oh yeah, we're back. We are back tomorrow, and Rashab and I have returned to our triumphant success in the world of Build a Blog. So if you hadn't heard, we tried 2 weeks in a row to build a non-AI Twilio blog and to try and rebuild it. And we just couldn't do it. It has to be AI or we're just not able to do it. Like it has to be AI. So Build a Blog is staying on the AI trend. We're finding some awesome AI blog posts. We're going to update them or just discover that they're already up to date like our last week one was. So,
well, one of them I did with like an old version of LangChain and it did not work. Like I couldn't get it working. So they're out there, some of the old ones.
They have got it.
How are you picking the project to work on? Like, and do you know what you're going to do tomorrow?
Absolutely. Through the very scientific method of, in a slightly panicked way, about a half an hour before the stream goes live, both Rashab and I send each other a message at the same time saying, we didn't pick a blog. We should probably do that. So then we do it live on stream. No, we kind of just go through and find one that's a little bit different than ones that we've done before. The criteria are it has to be at least 2 years old. And that's it. That's it. And now I guess it has to be an AI blog post, which we've got a ton of them that are on the site.
Oh, it has to be AI, or that's just what you're doing now.
No, so we did it so it wasn't AI for like the 2 weeks, and just like we went back to 15 years ago and tried to rebuild a blog post from 15 years ago, which did not go incredibly well. And then Rashab was away for a week and I tried to build one by myself, and I chose a PHP one because I was like, I can totally figure this out.
You got this?
No. I did not got this. I very much did not got this. And I got about halfway through.
My blog post turned 2 a few weeks ago, like my child, because it was written about doing something related to my child.
Was the baby not baby?
It was the baby not baby, yeah. And if we want to update that, we could do that. But I don't think there's a lot of updates. I think it should still probably work.
Ooh,
but maybe there's
if
like an
it turned
AI
2,
update with it.
No, it's coming. It's coming.
You
We're
let me
doing it
know.
tomorrow.
The next time
We're
one of
doing it
you
tomorrow.
guys is taking a break, I'll come on and we'll.
I see. We want it to be slightly older than 2. Just make it a little bit more mature. No, but we'll wait. I mean, listen, if you wanna jump on tomorrow, we can. No, I
don't want to jump on tomorrow. I'm just saying, like, the next time one of you two needs to is taking a break from streaming or is out, hit me up.
I love it.
Sure.
I love
And
it.
yes, Convertibles, I'm a crazy fan of willingly bathing in cold water because I am.
For Halloween, you guys need to take a look at my my Scream blog post. That was my favorite one that I've.
That was a fun blog post, and you could do it even better now with
yeah, because I was just using recorded voices, but like you could literally use 11 Labs now and like create your own ghost face, which would be absolutely insane. Yeah, I should actually look into that and republish that. Yeah, but that was so fun. Just basically what I did is I for Halloween I was walking around with a Twilio number on my costume and I had people text it and just freak them out. So yeah, that's an idea for October.
Yeah. I did one 2 years, like not this past Halloween, but the one before, where I had people be able to call my house because we dressed my whole house up as a monster. And this was like using, like manually having like it go through DeepGram to OpenAI to 11 Labs back into the phone in a scary voice. And it was fun, but I need to rebuild that one with Conversation Relay now and AI assistance. Cool. Yeah. What I really want to do is have it hooked up to a camera. So as somebody calls, I can see who's in front of the house and talk about them, because that'll be really creepy.
Oh, that would be so fun to build.
Yeah.
I love doing Halloween stuff.
Like, sweet. Let's do it. Let's set some time aside. The only problem is you have to do it like months in advance, because if you have to like have it ready for Halloween.
Yeah. Maybe like
start now. Just start now.
I'll start after Signal. Nothing's happening now for another month.
What are you talking about? We got lots of free time right now. What are you even doing? I feel like you are definitely not doing enough things for Signal right now, Alex, with your like 2 talks. You're one of the only people that actually, you and Sarah are one of the only 2 people, and Kelly actually, that have 2 talks. Plus you're doing the updates.
Yeah.
Plus I'm pretty sure you're recording some content while you're there. there.
That's the plan.
Maybe, like, come on, you must have so much free time in your day to do non-signal stuff.
Yeah, it's I tons. It's great.
Tons.
Okay. Well, thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Anthony, for joining us on A/B testing. I want to say goodbye to y'all. Bianca, we missed you, but we're glad you were here in chat to be with us. We'll be back next week with another episode of A/B testing. I think we got a champion joining us, but I'm not 100% sure what we're doing next week. But it's going to be good, 2 p.m. Also, check out Andrew's stream on Wednesdays. Go check out my videos on YouTube, the Twilio update videos. Thank you all so much for joining us. We're so happy to have you here. It was such a fun day in chat, and I can't wait to see you all next week and then at Signal. Bye.